Greetings, shelter managers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid, Brandenburg Shelter. Episode 16, a generator and a jerry can. So, filling in the details, Northeast is, I've done a lot of, but it would be like this immediate neighborhood. Southeast would be towards like the hardware store and these residences with garages. Southwest would be these houses, and that kind of goes towards a school. And Northwest would be the immediate adjacent houses that I haven't yet done. Sapient, thank you for the cheer. And I'll try to have a nice remaining stream. Staying alive, best I can. Wait, didn't I fill this with gas? Did it read that my... Oh, you know what? I never actually filled up at the pump because I got jumped. Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm not concerned. I still have plenty of gasoline in that thing. Alright, crowbar's down to about a third HP. And I'm going to start putting, like, any food in the freezer and fridge. Not just, perishables. Just so that I can keep track of my food. Because otherwise it goes into a giant pile of loot that is hard to traverse. So we're still working on the maintenance, book. But I'm probably going to be finishing that pretty soon. So, next book after that. Longblade, maybe? Let's open this up. So, in terms of, oh, tailoring. I still don't have a needle and thread, but a man can hope. You can also read the seed packets, so that I know the growing seasons for all these things. Learn me. Cheers! And, PRX, thank you for the sub. Welcome, welcome. So I haven't, watched these tapes, but I haven't read the associated stuff with them. And then I'll move some of the barbecue chips away. So yeah, I would say the next book would be tailoring and then maybe Longblade. So I got the tailoring book squirreled away. Seems like you guys can't decide on the direction you want me to search, but I'll leave that up until tomorrow. I'll like make the decision once I depart. I'm hoping it rains soon. I would love to have the water start pulling up in the barrel. Another way that I could level up my carpentry skill would be to cut trees down around, especially the trees that block my line of sight, and then board up the windows. That would be a pretty effective way to leveling up as well, I think. But alright, maintenance book is read. So in terms of boosted experience, let's just do a quick review of the character. I've got Long Blunt 3, barely into 4. I've got Maintenance 1 boosted. I got Carpentry 2 boosted. I got Electrical 2.5 boosted. I am still working on Sneaking and Light-Footed, and they're almost level 1, and then Nimble is like a third of the way to level 1. So, not a very experienced character, but to be fair, I've only been alive for like, what, 12 days now? Yeah. 11.5 days. I am still a young Padawan. Let's take a beef patty for the road. So, we are going to be going southwest. We need to scavenge a better bed at some point? Yes, probably. I mean, even getting a pillow on that cot would be fine. The thing is, I'm almost guaranteed to break a bed if I try to use my carpentry skill to actually recover a bed. So there's very little point until my carpentry skill becomes a little bit more proficient. But I don't disagree with you. Can we just stop being sad? So we're headed to the southwest. I haven't actually checked any of the cars in the lot here. So that's another thing we ought to do. Because some of them might have keys or might have interesting loot. I did skip it when I arrived because originally the lot was pretty full of zombies and I was more focused on the community center itself. Big Fat Tacos. Thank you for the resub. What's your favorite thing to put in a taco? Or rather, how do you like your tacos? This question can go out to all of you, if you want. Some of these vehicles look in... Ooh, taxi cab key. Hell yeah. I'm going to leave the key in. I'm assuming that this taxi cab is out of gas. You like meat, hot sauce, and cheese? And it's a Final Fantasy reference? Good to know. Now, this taxi cab is really not worth using. But it's good to have keys to yet another vehicle. You know what? Once we have generators, it helps to have a bunch of jerry cans. I watched like a mini documentary about the origin of jerry cans. The term that essentially in World War II, Germans came up with like the concept of the metal jerry can, and they were like served its purpose so well that the Americans would like take them because it was easier to maintain, to move gas in them, that they became like the standard for resupply and all that. Despite the fact, oh, I got the key for this thing too. Despite the fact that they weren't even the ones manufacturing them, which I found really funny. Alright, let's leave the key in, but this vehicle looks pretty rough. It has gas though. Yeah, this vehicle's pretty rough. It's too bad that I think what I'm gonna do is I'll have a red wheel for cars that I have keys, and a green wheel once I have green color for cars that I have keys and is gassed. I think that makes sense. I'll just have to remember that you know, if I want a running vehicle, look for green wheel, not red wheel. Ooh. I mean, the trunk's rough, but... well, the engine's super loud as well. What are with these loud trucks? I'm out of water, but I'll get water from these adjacent homes. So all of that looting, and I have no more electrical skill to show for it. One reason I really like the vans, however, these Econo vans, is being able to interact with the trunk while driving. That's super valuable. The same is true of the step trucks, but the I do find that the step trucks are pretty cumbersome, so they don't weave around hordes as well as the vans do, because they're bulky and cumbersome, and often pretty low horsepower to weight ratio, so they get stuck. Wait, what happened to my other canteen? Ah, crap. I was wondering why did I... It's probably in a loot pile back home. But I had 2 water sources and now I'm down to 1. A panther keyring. For, oddly enough, not the home here. Hey Alta, thank you for the resub. How goes it? What is that noise? Huh. I don't know. The area of that house was making a hell of a lot of noise. You're pretending to work? I won't snitch. I know better. You got that it's almost Friday vibe going on? Is that it? Stewart and Logs Scrapyard. Where is that? In Irvington? Cool. Oh, you know, do I have West Point marked? Yes, I do. You called in sick yesterday? You were sick of work? Fair. I'm sick. But, I like work, so, you know, I'm here. I've felt pretty rough the last few days, though. I won't lie. I don't know how I got it, but I got a pretty nasty staph infection. And, it was unpleasant. I kind of look a little bit like a zombie. I've got, like, holes and it's gross. I look gross, and I know it. But I'm glad I got it, not my, like, toddler. Staph infection from stepping on glass? Yeah, too soon, too soon. But no, staph infection is a bacterial infection. Although, I guess you can get it from a wound. I mean, you get it in open wounds. What's weird is I didn't. I got a staph infection on my neck, but I didn't have, like, a cut on my neck. And I don't know who I got it from. Which makes it even weirder. It's like a sick vampire bit me in my sleep or something. That's my excuse. That's my defense. No, it wasn't yard work. I don't know. I wasn't doing anything. Was Wendy visiting? It might have actually been my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law is a bit of a hospital frequent flyer. So I'm assuming I got it from her somehow. I don't know how exactly, but that would be my guess. Something that she touched. Like if she was dressing a wound of hers and then like used a towel that I used. That would make the most sense. But I don't have definitive proof, so I'm not gonna blame her. That's what my hive stuff turned out to be? Yeah, I mean, staph infections when they start off looked like little spider bites. So I thought it was like spider bites or something. I wasn't really sure. But then it developed into staph infection. Plus, I had what looked like spider bites, but I was also getting headaches, which is another symptom of staph. So it adds up. But it is really, really unpleasant. You can kind of see all the sort of neck gore. And I also have some on my shoulder and chest and all that. It's lovely. It feels wonderful. It's really hard to sleep. I'm a side sleeper. It's really hard to sleep with, like, all the grossness going on. Zero out of 10. Would not want it again. You got a nasty one from tearing out wild vines? Yeah, staph is weird, man. It, like... It's bacterium that you can, like, pick up from just about anywhere, right? And it's contagious, and it sucks. Fortunately, in my case, it wasn't MRSA or anything like that. I seem to be doing just fine, and it didn't... Because it can range, right? It can range from... Oh, that's not how to fight. It can range from, like, mild to severe. Like, hypothetically, it's possible to have, like, a life-threatening staph infection if it's bad enough. Or you can have staph infection that, like, spreads in your blood or your bones or whatever. Or it could be nothing more than a few blisters on your skin and everything in between, so... I'll count my stars that it wasn't worse. And also count my stars that it wasn't my toddler. Because if anyone's ever tried to have a toddler not scratch something, or not touch a wound to spread it around, like I feel like if my toddler got it, everyone would, on my whole neighborhood would get it. Because he would get it on his hands and just like wipe it off on everyone. It would be awful. Alright, what's my weight at now? I'm guessing 82? Nope, still 81 plus plus. I say that as I, like, shove a full thing of bacon in my face. You used to work in a daycare, children are gross? Yep, they are. They are gross. You are not wrong about that. And when I was a child, I was gross too. Probably more gross, to be honest. Because, like, anyone roughly my age grew up outside, covered in dirt and mud and everything else. Kids nowadays have I mean, some kids grow up like that, but a lot of kids nowadays grow up more digitally than certainly I did. You know, that lard depression has really stuck with me. I've read maybe like 6 magazines and haven't lost that condition yet. That is absolutely a change that I was not expecting out of B42. I suppose there is the medical item of antidepressants that, like, you'd never really need before. Unless you were, like, doing something abusive to your own character. Like, having them sit inside all day long, day after day, doing nothing fun, or, I don't know. It was hard to be upset. But This crowbar is probably close to its last legs now. Let's see. No, still about a third. Crowbars are ridiculous. I want to use this thing into the crowbar until like it's nearly broken, because the more broken it is, the more it's leveling up my maintenance as I use it. And having read the maintenance book, I'm getting a lot of bang for my buck out of it. Tracking 2. Do I need that? I do not. Whoa! What the hell? I feel like the, that zombie was, like, teleported through that door frame. Brushing your teeth with Zachary Bunny. Alright. I'll collect a bunch of more magazines and try to lose the, sadness. See what I can do. Eat some processed cheese, that would be good for my waistline. I know I could go the route of, like, alcohol, but, like, that is a double-edged sword that I'd rather not start on. Masonry 2. When I think of masonry, I don't think of flooring. But, I did happen to need that masonry book, so checking that off. Finally! The reason I've been coming door to door has been for the, electrical experience, and I've barely done anything in terms of leveling that. Most of these places don't have, like, lamps. I saw the single bed and figured, I might as well try to pick it up. But just as I expected, it broke. Come on. I can't pick this up? Fine, whatever. Apparently it's like interaction hitbox is blocked by the wall or something. You grew up in the age of lawn darts? It's a miracle you survived your childhood. That's a bold claim. I took a look at the old newspaper and I was like, it contains nothing of interest. It's like, how would you know? Wouldn't you have to read it first? Yay, I'm not unhappy anymore. Take a pillow? I did. I did take a pillow. Probably end up taking the propane tank too here, so that I can level up metalwork once it's time. Alright, 6 p.m. Starting to get drowsy. Ooh, brandy. I'm actually surprised that the game doesn't have more brandy rather than regular whiskey. I mean, this is Kentucky. You would think there'd be brandy in almost every home. Wait, nested key-rings? What the hell? I don't know where the Chevy D6 is, but I'll take it. And a Dash Elite. 2 different keys nested in a fanny pack. Oh! Look what I found! Needle and thread. Okay. My list of tools to find is finally getting to check something off. That didn't take forever and a day. All the people evacuated with Brandy with them? Yeah, I guess that's believable. They leave behind their, like, family photo albums. Oh, there we go! Electrical 3! Today was the day. Needle and electrical 3. So I'm gonna mark off generator magazine for tools. I don't need it anymore. So the current priority right now is to hook up a backup Jenny to the the shelter. I shouldn't call it the community center anymore because it's officially my shelter in progress. Oh, there wasn't a lot remaining in that propane tank. Boo. So there's a generator in the garage just north of the comm center, which is going to be easy to grab. So I'm going to grab that next. And then we'll want to fill up gas. So there's a generator here, gasoline here. Fill the generator up. I'm probably going to want other generators. I'm going to want a secondary generator for the gas station itself and probably a backup generator for the generator that I have, you know, in my base as well. But we'll get there. So I have enough carry weight in my trunk for the generator. Yes. Yeah, I'm not much of a drinker IRL, but even I have brandy in my house. Mostly because that's what my mom likes to drink whenever she visits. Vodka and brandy. She wants alcohol, not calories, you know? Well, that's not really brandy. Alcohol, or vodka, yes. But not brandy. So the next question I have for you guys will be the other priorities. Following up, having finally hit electrical 3. So once I have the generator hooked up, I'll poll you guys about some of the choices. Whoa. So we've got the Electromax in the trunk. I sort of wish the stats of the generator would be written on the generator itself. But in build 41, there was really only ever like one type of generator, and they were all the same. And now generators kind of have their own stats, but I think that their actual stats are kind of invisible, right? It doesn't tell you. Yeah, it's just like, this is a generator. It's not saying it's a good one or a bad one. And I feel like that's an error. Well, I'm getting a little tired, and it looks like I've got at least 4 more zombies ahead, so maybe this is a job best left for tomorrow. So that I don't push it. What I can do is, I'll hook this generator up anyway, and just use the gas can that I have and the car's gasoline to siphon off enough gasoline to fill this thing up. Because then I can just drive over to the gas station tomorrow and, when you pick up a gas, I think when you pick up generators, it retains its gas, right? Oh! Fuel 99%. Oh, okay. That's new. It used to be that it took more than that to fill one of these bad boys. Okay. We have got ourselves a generator. Most generators you've seen have at least output rather visibly. Yeah. Oh, that's not how I write. I had not thought of that. How are we gonna do this? I could hook it up just like outside the building. Ideally, I'll when my construction skill is high enough, I can consider building stairs for it. But yeah, I probably should have left the stairs in place until this thing was hooked up, because the stairs no longer exists. But this spot seems fine. I mean, this is close enough to where I intend to live that this will keep the lights on. For my corner, at least. But you don't want to hook these up inside, because you'll get carbon monoxide. Okay. That's all ready to go. And here's a 10-liter gas can to keep it fueled up. Where'd these come from? Whatever. Where is the hose? Oh, there it is. How heavy is the hose? 0.3? I'll just keep the hose on me. In my, like, everyday carry. Seems pretty harmless to add just that much weight. Alright, now that that's done, we have hooked up power to the building. At least it's ready to go when we lose power. What do you want me to do tomorrow? I could head to VHS. Or tapes. I could head to the school for books. I could scavenge nearby houses again. I could start barricading the ground floor or other viewer suggestions. What do you think? There you go. Give you 1 minute to vote. I know it's not a lot of time, but my character is going to be going to sleep pretty soon. So just to review, yep, eating that giant stick of lard was not good for my waistline. Copy that. We are day 12 and a half. Zombies killed 406. It is July 30th. 82 weight. We've gotten blunt 3, maintenance 1, carpentry 2, electrical 3. Another thing that we could consider doing is if we leveled up mechanical, not that it's on that pole, we could start hot wiring cars. But it's probably easiest to level up mechanical by finding the auto tapes and reading the associated book, which we do not have. So might be a little moot. Oh no, we have the mechanical tapes. We don't have the metalwork one. Put the pillow on the bed. That sounds wise to me. And here's our Western canteen. Let's not drop that. Favorite where? I don't know how we took it off. But whatever. It's back on. I'm in too much pain to sleep? What? It's muscle strains. Developers, I don't know if you've ever had a muscle strain, but it feels wonderful to go to sleep when you're all strained out. Fine, I'll take painkillers. Average with pillow. Alright, you've spoken. My priority is to barricade the bottom floor. So, for that, I need a hacksaw or saw. Got it. I'm going to want an axe. And then, do I have rope? Yes. Alright, let's get started. I think what I'll do is some of the items that I don't need on me, like the Walrus torch, the mask, you know, these types of items, I'm just going to drop on the ground here, and this will be my, like, equipment stash of things I don't want to carry on me at the moment. So I dropped the hatchet, and because I have the fire axe, which is going to be more effective anyway. So the trees I want to cut down first are the ones out here in the yard that block line of sight with the zombies. I don't want them lurking around close. And another thing is, I'll probably end up going through a lot of nails in this project. But fortunately, we have like a carton full of nails in the second story of the base. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Slowly getting my carpentry up. I'm not sure what we're nailing them to. But use your imagination. How did that affect our carpentry? Oh, you know what? It actually went up a reasonable amount. More than I thought it would. We're definitely going to go through a lot of water, though. This is going to be exhausting work. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Brandenburg Shelter, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all over the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow survivors.